Verse 10. And when Pharaoh draw near, the children of Israel lift their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians excuse me. Excuse me again. Marched after them, so they were very afraid, and the children of Israel cried out to the Lord. Okay. Verse 11. Then they said to Moses, because there were no graves, graves in Egypt, have you taken us away to die in the wilderness? Why have you so delight with us to bring us up out of Egypt? Verse 12. Is this not the word that we told you in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we shall die. Ew, wicked cat here. Die in the wilderness. Verse 13. And Moses said to people, do not be afraid. Stand still and see the salvation of the world of the Lord, which he will establish. Accomplish for you today. For the Egyptian whom you see today, you shall see again no more forever. Verse 14. The Lord will fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. Verse 15. And the Lord said to Moses, why do you cry to me? Tell the children of Israel, go forward. Verse 16. But lift up your rod and stretch out your hand, and cover the sea, and divide it, and the children of Israel shall go on a dry ground through the midst of the sea. Verse 17. And indeed, with harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. So I will gain honor over Pharaoh and over all his enemies, his chariots. Here we go again. Chariots and his horsemen. Verse 18. Then Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord when I have gain honor for myself over Pharaoh and his. Here we go again. I keep saying that word. Chariots and his horsemen. Verse 19. And the angels of God who went before the camp of Israel moved and went behind them, and the pillar of cloud went from before them. Yeah. Before them, and stood before them. Verse 20. So it came to between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, thus it was a cloud and darkness to the one, and it gave light by night to the other, so that the one did not came near the other all that night. Verse 21, Then Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord cast the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea to dry land, and the waters were divided. Verse 22, So the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea, of the dry ground, and the waters were a wall to them on their right hand and on their left. Verse 23, And the Egyptians pursued and went after them into the midst of the sea. Of Pharaoh's horses, I really need a new phone. Chariots and his horsemen. Verse 24. Now it came to pass in the morning watch that the Lord looked down upon an army of Egyptians through the pillars of fire and cloud, and he troubled the army of the Egyptians. Verse 25. And he took off their chariots' wheels, so that they drove them with difficulty. And the Egyptians said, Let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fights for them against the Egyptians. Verse 26. Then the Lord said to Moses, Stretch out your hands over the sea, that the waters may come back upon the Egyptians, on their chariots and on their horsemen. Verse 27. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and when the morning appeared, the sea returned to its full depth, while the Egyptians were fleeing into it. So the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. Drinking water, excuse me. Verse 28. Then the waters returned and covered the chariots, the horsemen, and all the army of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. Not so much as one of them remained. Verse 29. But the children of Israel had walked on dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall to them on their right hand and on their left. Verse 30. So the Lord saved Israel that day out of the land of Egypt, and Israel saw the Egyptian dead on a seashore. Verse 31. Thus Israel saw the great work which the Lord had done in Egypt, so the Lord feared the Lord and believed the Lord and his servant Moses. Yeah. Chapter 15, verse 1.